My father, Paul, started working with glass in about 1970, making stained glass windows. And we were hippies in California, in the Bay Area. And I guess it was probably about 1972 or three, four, maybe, I don't know for sure. I was just little. I was not even 10. My dad blew glass for the first time and brought home this lumpy little thing that he had made. And I found it to be really compelling because glass objects were mayonnaise jars, soda bottle, utilitarian objects. I'd never seen a handmade thing, or hadn't, especially one that was so funky as this thing my pop brought home. And it wasn't long after that that I got to see somebody blowing glass somewhere in the Bay Area, and I knew that I was gonna have to try it. It didn't really happen in earnest till I moved to Seattle when I was 15, and I started blowing glass right away. Dad had buddies that had a glass blowing studio here down in the Pike Place Market, and we spent a lot of time hanging out there, and before I knew it, I was taking lessons there, and then I was, by that summer, I think, I was employed there, taking care of the, putting glass in the furnace and sweeping up and stuff. I couldn't believe that everybody didn't want to blow glass working at the Glass Eye. I mean, I was that enthusiastic. I didn't have a determined course set. I didn't go to school, to the chagrin of all my people, because I saw the wisdom in staying here. At that time, in the early 1980s in particular, things were booming. The things that I'm proudest of are the fact that I'm good friends with some of my heroes. Well, Benny was the first person that I ever saw in a glassblowing studio that could make a piece of glass on center at will. He had that kind of skill, and that was enormously compelling to me. The prevailing aesthetic of the day was loose, goopy, amorphous stuff, and Benny didn't embrace that. So I just identified right away with that guy. Plus he was a gentleman. He was always nice to a pesky kid. And I'd have to say he was the single largest early influence. And then not long after that, he introduced me to Lino Talipetra, the fabulous Lino, and naturally that was a big deal and continues to be a big deal to me too. And then Richard Marquis is a family friend, going back to the old days in California, and we started to work together in the late 1980s. I started out as his teaching assistant at Haystack School, and then after that I went and worked in his studio with him, and that's been a long and fruitful professional and friendly relationship. I have a house full of his work, which is awesome because he's pretty much my favorite glass artist of all time. I'm super proud of my 3 high school buddies that I managed to convince would find happiness as glass blowers when we were young. Preston Singletary, Joey DeCamp, and Paul Cunningham, all 3 have respective careers doing this, and we all come from this neighborhood. It underscores what what good timing it really was. In the 1980s when we were young, it was such a great place to be here. I don't know that it will ever be quite like that, but just how everything was booming, and there was so much excitement and enthusiasm. There still is. I mean, we're older, and we're not as excited or enthusiastic as we used to be. The foundation of it was basically it's a kind of a hippie movement at its heart, and that's all good. I just would like to be able to continue to work the way I do work. Hopefully it'll stay. I'll be able to always get up and come here and make whatever I want, really.